All right, chat, hit me with the GTA hot takes. It's time. What do we got? All right. What do you guys want a hot take on? I'll update the to-do list today, but we're gonna do some hot takes. What do we got? Material price take? I mean, it's just whatever the market is, you know? Ocean dumps. Ocean dump is dumb. In fact, I will literally... I just posted to everyone in the company. I said, OOC note, don't ocean dump. I think ocean dumping is dumb. That ocean dump is fine in 4.0 because it keeps inventory. I just don't like... Chat. I don't like ocean. I just think ocean dumping is dumb. And before people think that this is like about what, like Buddha and them ocean dumping OTT. Did we ocean dump Harry? It's like, yeah, like I don't think we should fucking ocean dump Harry. I don't think anyone should. I think ocean dumping's fucking stupid. I think if you do it, you also need it to be like pretty like kind of severe, you know? Whoa. You ocean dumped Eli as well? I did not ocean dump Eli. I ocean dumped I don't even know what the fuck the character's name was. Jeeves or whatever. It was the first ocean dump of 4.0. Yeah, that was dumb. I don't like that I had to do that. That whole situation was really fucking stupid. But that was also because technically it was some random fucking person that... Okay, you want to know the honest take on that one? It's because they heard that it was Elam's voice, so they just randomly brought him into our car when they shouldn't have. And then they randomly just started saying things that they shouldn't have. And then they decided to actually kill him in front of EMS people. And then it was like, well, we actually did have to fucking ocean dump. So it was like a mix of like, it was a mix of SBS, OOC, we knew who it was, like weirdness that I'm not proud of it. So do you hate the mind wipe part? If it was my choice, if it was my choice, I think people would just like not remember. Like, I just don't think people should remember like shit that happens to them, you know? That's all. I don't think you're really gonna like convince, like you're never gonna convince me that ocean dumping is good RP. Like you basically have to like, I've ocean dumped people before, by the way. I'm not trying to like be critical of other people's RP. I'm just saying like I'm reviewing it all, and now looking back at people are like, well, because there's a big ocean dump that happened recently, how do you feel about ocean dumping? I'm telling you guys my take. I think it sucks. I think it's fucking stupid. I will not ocean dump people. I feel like if you get shot in the head, or like there's almost like a way in which like I would low-key, I would rather people use the OOC channel. Like watch this. I would rather people use the OOC channel to be like, this was a severe head injury that caused memory loss, and you just OOC that to them, so they're like, oh, okay, cool, you mechanically ocean dumped me without doing the fucking weird ocean dumping shit. If you have to make it so someone doesn't remember, but the memory shit, but that gets into the whole memory shit too, which is like, that's the yeah, it's like listen, I think you should only do that in the situation where it's like, yo, this person overheard something, or this person, like, we leaked something critical in front of them. Otherwise, ocean dumping is like, how dare you, we're gonna fucking teach you a lesson, old man. And then it's like, oh, but you don't remember the lesson. So it's, you know what I mean? Like that always is so weird. It's like, I'm gonna teach you, I fucking teach you a lesson that you don't remember, like in character. Why would you? So it's like almost weirdly like you're trying to OOC teach them a lesson. It's weird. I don't know. I just don't fuck with ocean dumping, chat. I'm serious when I'm literally, I've literally sent out a message to all the company people that's like, hey, if you fuck someone up and you think, damn, maybe I should ocean dump them, instead, /me leaves a card that says the company sends their regards, and walk away. Unless it's personal beef, then it's, you know, that's personal between you and them. But if it's some company related shit, hey, let them fucking know. Stand on business, let them know, and then we roleplay the consequences. Fuck it. All right, what are your other hot takes, chap? That's my thought on. I think everyone thinks ocean dumping's fucking weird. Buddha's group is akin to a mafia, and I think it makes sense for them to make people sleep with the fishes. Then yeah, then I think role play out like sleeping with the fishes. Like go get a fucking literal cement truck, put them in the cement truck, and do a whole fucking like epic fucking monologue, and then drive the fucking cement truck off the docks into the water. I think if you role play the ocean dumps a little bit more, then it can be cool. But yeah, so. Should people who have been banned for stupid reasons be able to get unbanned after 2 or 5 years plus? Yes. But if by stupid reasons you mean cultivating communities that sexually harass women, are homophobic, and are transphobic, then no. Did that answer that question? My eyes general NoPixel take up and cook as recipient of Black History Women's History Month of Rose. They need to step it up with ped models or character creation or SMT diversity wise, because I feel like I've never seen a black woman character in NoPixel. When I search for black women to watch, characters do not look black at all anyways. I think it's weird, especially considering the game is popular off mostly black cultures. Yeah, my hot take. And then there's random people like going at Mia, not Maya, but that's actually really, well, it's not really a hot take. I mean, I'll give you, I'm not gonna lie. Like the reason is because the reason you don't see black characters, especially black women, is there's not that many black women RPers in NoPixel. Like that's the honest. I mean, like I know, I think what, like Angel Knives, I know, and I'm sure there's so much, but like the reality is like NoPixel is really white. I'm not trying to like dismiss those that do exist. I'm just literally letting you know, NoPixel is really white. Like it's honestly the culture of NoPixel, right? I would also, but I would argue that no, but to be fair, I mean, again, I can't speak for some of these people. I would think that if you're a black role player in NoPixel, you might like, I think some people, role play as black characters or black role players, but you might actually have more hesitation to role play as a black character in NoPixel because of how white it is. I don't know. I'm really white, so I can't speak for them, but you know what I mean? That makes sense. Like you go over to a server like D10, which is largely black RPers, right? So I actually don't know if that's as much the character. I do think the GTA, it is true that the default Danny GTA Online character, like if you do nothing to that character, is like a generic white character. So that is true. I would argue though, Mia not Maya, that's probably less about like the literal character creator stuff. I think that's probably more of an effect of just the community. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It just is, but no, but to be clear, I don't think that was a bad, I don't think that's a bad. People were like, well, I don't know why you guys are like roasting Mia not Maya, but like, I think that was a really good point to ask. Yeah, I think it's like, I think it's a good take. It's an interesting take. I think it's probably more as a result of the community though. And again, I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just, they're just different communities of like viewers and role players. Yeah, I don't know why you were getting hate for that. That was a pretty like fair, that was a pretty fair take. OOC, what's your take on the OTT ocean dump? I'm not going to give a take on a specific ocean dump. There might be any number of reasons. Like, listen, everyone will come up with reasons for why it shouldn't happen, why it should happen. So instead, I'm going to tell you guys, ocean dumping is cringe. I'm sure you can find examples where it's not. I'm saying ocean dumping's fucking cringe. There. That's my take. Well, I don't even, we already talked about, I will need to elaborate more. Ocean dumping sucks. Hot take, ignoring RP to talk with chat repeatedly is annoying. Yeah, I've been trying to be better about this where I want to let other characters know. Like I'm trying to like, hey, I'm focused on role playing in this scenario, and then when I need to chill and talk to chat, I want to like explicitly like exit and be like, hey, I'm gonna be like meditating for a second. Otherwise you can tell when people just aren't locked in. Said Blau, so that means laying is cringe. I've ocean dumped someone in 4.0. I told you guys I did. I did the very first ocean dump of 4.0, I think. And I'm telling you, it's cringe. It's fucking stupid. That's why I'm saying I don't want to talk about any specific ocean dump or care. I'm telling you guys, overall, ocean dumping is cringe and bad RP. I think it's a dumb mechanic. I mean, I'll tell you guys this. I roleplay Mickey as a pussy who's afraid of conflict. Like, as of right now, Mickey is a pussy who is afraid of conflict, who will try to like manipulate and talk shit to like other people and stir the pot and like will push the boundaries, and then actually is afraid of when conflict actually breaks out. And even I will not ocean dump people on Mickey or encourage it. What about not being able to voice ID someone who has a very distinct voice sound? I'm of the opinion that I think it is I think it's just better for roleplay if you kind of roleplay dumb a little bit. Like when Ginger picked up Mickey but had the helmet on and it was clearly Ginger's voice, I didn't immediately be like, oh, what's up, Ginger? It was more like, oh, this like girl's giving me a ride, right? And it was like, oh, your voice sounds familiar, right? Like, I think stuff like that just makes better. Wow, how do you fix ocean dumping without removing it? OOC chat, this was a severe head injury. And in general, I think the culture around it should be like, hey, you should probably really only do it when it's like severe shit. Yeah, I actually really agree with this take. Respect the effort others put in if they use if even, you know what, I would even argue this way. If someone I hear tries to change their voice, I think that's a good way of like, because hey, they might not have a fucking Go XLR voice changer, right? Are there hardcore GTA RP servers where they only have one life characters? Probably. I mean, I'll probably do some one life characters this year too. Oh, we did. It was funny. What did we do? We rolled a D20. Guys, you remember that? I think he's banned off the server now. It was Angry Ginge Angry Ginge's character attacked Mickey. And we rolled D20 for memory loss. And I rolled a nat 20. And so I just watched the clip and then perfectly described him. That was fun. OOC, you are a bitch. That's a ice cold take, man. That's an ice cold take. Why is there a tax on illegal stuff you buy, like the drill or the chopping? Okay, I will admit this is a weird one. I need to like write these down. Actually, stuff like this. It's like, bro, I love it. It's like you go to this like shady dude like behind the old vault to go like buy some shit. Like, yo, you want to fucking hit these HVAC units? By the way, here's the tools you're gonna need for it. Oh, by the way, can you give me tax for that? It's like, hey, pay cash, but hey, you're gonna there's a tax on top of that. That's fucking weird. What year? Oh, here's an interesting hot take. What year is it in the city? 2024 or 2029? I feel like that's another weird thing. It's 2024. In my mind, I mean, I'm just gonna say it's 2024. I think it's so weird to try to think that it's 2029. Like, what the fuck is, like, we don't, the whole point of GTA is that it's like, you know, that we can live it as a current and modern day sort of thing. So as soon as it's 2029, it's fucking weird. I would rather backdate 3.0 and say 3.0 is 2019. You know what I mean? Isn't that like a lot? Like, think about it. What's the one that you have to, what's the actual year we're living in? 2024. Like let's pause the music. Like, let's just think about this very briefly and logically. The current year is 2024. In our day-to-day speech outside of RP, it's 2024. And we're role-playing GTA in a present-day time. So it's 2020. So which is easier, to retroactively say that NoPixel 3.0 took place ended in 2019, and then we never have to talk about it again, and then we can just go forward living in the present? Or we say that that was 2024, and now we're in 2029, and now we have to live two different lives that are 2024, and like I just feel like something like that's really fucking obvious, you know? You know what I mean? Dude, this is the real fuck. 2019 was 5 years. Yeah, that's. Do you guys ever feel like COVID and the whole quarantine pandemic was just like such a weird point in our lives. Like there was like this, I feel like there's like this pre-COVID era of my life, and then post-COVID is just this entirely different era. Like a weird time skip, yeah. Yeah, it like actually like split my life. Labson said COVID is over. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a hot take about, it's not even a hot take, it's just a reality take. Like, yeah, obviously COVID as a virus still exists, just like the flu existed even after the fucking Spanish flu, right? Like, these things will always exist. I'm saying that the broader pandemic, with the lack of vaccines and the lack of good public health to deal with it, that caused the massive pandemic for 2 years, that is over. But it's not, I'm not saying that COVID, the fucking virus is gone, right? It's just, technically there's still a bubonic plague. Try. What are your other roleplay hot takes, guys? We're going to do, listen, I want to continue roleplay hot takes, but I also want to make money in game. So we're going to go log in and sign in to my new Yap job, which gives my character money for yapping. So I'm going to hop in, and I will play Jesse later today too. Wow, just a question: are corrupt cops allowed? I've heard they have to get approved by admins. People done it before would make for great RP if done correctly. I think it's really good RP. I think you can do really cool RP with corrupt cops. I do think it is a, like, given the limited size of the cops and given like there's a lot of random other shit that makes it so you probably only want like maybe 1 or 2 corrupt cops at a given time, and it has to be the right role players doing it. Like, again, I do think, I actually feel like it's limiting, and we'll bring this up in the podcast during Cops vs. Crims. I generally feel like in 4.0, even now after the cops have had a chance to sort of rekindle and build up their thing. I mean, 3.0 viewers, am I wrong in saying that, like, just the general like threat of the police force feels like not even half what it was in 3.0. I mean, obviously there's ebbs and flow of it in 3.0, but when the police were fucking powerful in 3.0, that shit was fucking terrifying. I don't think anyone's afraid of the cops. Like, I will say they still get, I think when we've done, props to the PD, when we have done serious jobs, like when we've done the laundromat and the cash exchange, we had a lot of fucking units. Dude, during the baby driver chase, I think we had like 7 or 8 cop units. That was great. And to be fair, I think a lot of the like tools and tech of the cops aren't introduced yet because the crims also don't have that. For experienced players, the police are a joke. For newer players, they're still scary, Blau. Really? Am I just jaded because I'm experienced? Dude, I feel like I look at new players in 4.0 and how they treat the cops versus how I treated the cops in 3.0. I was fucking terrified. I thought it was very different. I think the new, I disagree with this take. I think new players do not have the respect for the cops they did as in 3.0. All the new players I watch are, you know, maybe I'm wrong about this. Cinna's character was, you know what? Maybe I'm just wrong about this take. Maybe there can be an OOC agreement on how many vehicles can be used in a job. I mean, listen, chat, at the end of the day, I think the RP, like, especially as a crim, the RP that you put in is some of the RP that you're going to get out from the cops, right? That's why, like, when it's our crews, when it's like people who I role play with that are doing a job that Mickey is associated with, I want us doing it professionally. I want us dressed up like we're some fucking heisters. And I want it to be something interesting and a twist for the cops that's cool, where they have a chance to catch us, where it's something cool, and where it's not just like annoying fucking shit going on, you know? And then in the future, because here's what will happen is in the future, if the cops are like, all right, well, they're just going to fucking highway blast outspeed us, or they're going to swap to a bike, cops might not then care in that chase, right? I think Air 1 is good. I just hope this time around Air 1 is really limited. I think Air 1 should have, like, I think the way I would balance Air 1, I mean, speak about a weird game design, like, thought. If I think about Air 1, I think of it as a, like, it windows the chase. So, like, if you're doing a swap, if you're doing like, there's, like, a point in the chase, right? Let's bring up paint for this, actually. As a like, this is like a game designer take on this, right? And again, remember, I'm a shit game designer. I don't work for any cool companies anymore. The companies I worked for were Riot. They're not cool, yada, yada. Okay. Here's like a way to think about like a cop chase. I think if you want to like, if we want to like zoom out from like, and talk about strictly in terms of like the asymmetrical PvP. So it's like, you have the criminals like going through the city, right? And then you have cop cars that are chasing them, right? And then presumably this all leads up to like one like pivotal point where the cops, or where you know the criminals get distance away from those ground units, right? And so this could be, you know, we see it all the time where it's like a little like wall, right? A little wall that you hop over, or maybe it's water and you hop to a boat, or yeah, so it's anything like that, right? And then the criminals presumably keep going without the cops following them, okay? The way I would think of Air 1 in a game design sense as like an added difficulty for the criminals, my helicopter. I would think of Air 1 now adds a timed component onto this. What, like the way I would almost design Air 1 is now Air 1 says, hey, this moment, you now have only a window of like this period to go and execute it. So now, whereas pre-Air 1, you could just execute whatever that plan is at any time, right? And that's why it then requires more planning. Because if you're like, oh, fuck, well, we need to set up a car swap. We need to set up a block. Yeah, block is another great example of this too. It's like, oh, we need to set up it's like, oh, if you don't have that set up, you might not have it like in the correct time. So the way I think about Air 1 is to balance Air 1, I would make its fuel not last nearly as long, and I'd make its refueling longer. So, I mean, again, that we're speaking not really in RP now. Now I'm just speaking about game balance. So if previously, if Air 1 lasted for like 15 minutes and then had like a like 2-minute refill period, I would make Air 1 last for like 10 minutes and then have like a 5-minute refill period. I think this, I mean, again, I don't know if the exact numbers are right, but some balancing here, or even, and even part of it might be role playing that like when Air 1 breaks off, making it more obvious that it breaks off. Again, it's basically like you as a crim, and then it's like your drivers for a plan are now more important because your drivers have to be working and getting distance from the cops and doing well until Air 1 breaks off. It's like once Air 1 breaks off, that's when you have to then go and execute. So if anything, it adds this like a time pressure to a job or getaway. Anyways, I don't know if you guys like that take or not, but that's my take.